So this is the spruce, no less, bridge plate. You can see it's already broken out. When I pull the bridge pins out, the ball end of the string would pull right through. The holes were not tapered, they were drilled oversize. So I did talk to the customer about this. I'm going to put a thin rosewood strip across there, otherwise you'd never be able to string the guitar up. You know, right away you can see that it's not actually abalone, it's plastic. And it's way too wide, and on the side way too high to be the real thing. They've got that six-sided inlay, hexagon inlay, and he just wanted a second guitar that he could use in case he broke a string. This one, I think he bought it for like 350 bucks. And the size and depth of that heel also is a giveaway. The grain on this finger brace is definitely a dead giveaway too. It's the total opposite of quarter sawn. What I'm bringing you in to show you is, see that small dowel just behind the outside bridge pinhole? There's one on that side, and you can see there's another one on the other side. During the bridge gluing process, when the guitar was manufactured, these were two indexing dowels, like a hardwood maple probably. I had to flush cut those, so I'm showing you that because I want to show you the little tool I made up to do this job. So I fabricated this tool out of one of my flush cut saws that we talked about that last video. I sort of cut it short and then used that 1032 rod with a union to be able to reach inside and cut those indexing rods, which were protruding beyond the surface of the plate. I had to flush cut them so that I could put the new rosewood plate in. Wasn't counting on that. Now this is a little bit thicker and a little bit bigger than I would normally put in, but because the bridge plate that is in there is spruce, you can see how chewed up it was already. It's a brand new guitar. I just want to explain what I needed to do to be able to reinforce this guitar, because it's not just that the bridge plate was spruce instead of a hardwood, but a couple of the main braces were slab sawn instead of quarter sawn. So it's not a very strong top. This will help to beef it up a little bit, and it'll prevent the ball ends from pulling through the soft spruce bridge plate. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that into place. Because the bridge pin holes were drilled out on a pretty extreme angle, I used that gasket, it's kind of a mid-density foam gasket, and that caul so we would get even pressure on that new rosewood bridge plate. Now the bridge plate and all the fretwork is done, we can get on with the rest of the job, the installation of that Fishman system, the compensated saddle, and the compensated nut. I am installing the Fishman Infinity system. This is a good lesson, because everybody figures, oh yeah, you just take it out of the box and zip it into place, lickety-split, clickety-click, done in no time. Well, not the case here. So I have a piece of quarter sawn spruce from a guitar soundboard, and I have shaped it. I'll bring you in a little closer and kind of let you see what we've got. I've just glued that into place. So I'll take those spring clips off, kind of explain what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, the way I'm doing it. So this is the little spruce hatch that I had to put into place in order to increase that footprint to be able to use this peel and stick mounting bracket for this Fishman. Otherwise the thing could never hold. So by putting that extra layer of spruce in there, we now have a footprint large enough to install the control panel. Now this is where you really got to pay attention to make sure that that ledge or overhang is not hung up on the rosewood. And at the moment it is, and I can hear that the low E string is a lot louder than the A or the D. See that? You can't even hear the D. So we need to relieve the underside of that overhang just with a couple of file strokes, and then we'll come right back. So I have used the original nut to sort of get the string spacing right. So as you navigate the learning curve and you go through the motions on this the first few times, you can see I've left that crown really thick on top. And you need to, because you're doing two things here. You're correcting the string spacing as you go, you're lowering the strings, and finally you're compensating them. So as you navigate this thing for the first few times, give yourself plenty of real estate to work with until you've got a few dozen of these things under your belt. Just wanted to give you an overhead view of the string spacing. Still needs a little bit of a touch-up, but I wanted to show you this one more time before I go back to the radius disc sander and skim this down. Well, here we go. Moment of truth at last. Our proverbial tuning check. There is the final take on the compensated nut, and that is our cantilevered compensated saddle. I did loop something on the loop station, but before I play that, I just want to kind of run through some of the sounds of this. I'm just going straight into my lab series. So we've got two dials here. One is like some type of tone scoop. So let me move it bit by bit. Just thing they have that's kind of new is this switch inside, which is like a bass boost. I'll bring this scoop right back to the beginning. Switch. Flick it again. Yeah, it's like a bass boost. So this is the Fishman Infinity VT. There's no microphone in this. This is just the pickup under the saddle. Now mind you, I did put a small slip of koa because it's a bone saddle. The bone can sound kind of brittle against the crystals. So I buffered it just a little bit by putting a little slip of koa veneer. And I'm liking the sound so far. I'll let that loop play. Lots of juice in this thing. Okay, so this is the guitar acoustically. here's what I came up with. I'll let that loop. Checking this tone switch, we'll just do repeated strumming pattern. I think this customer is going to love this because he's a heavy strummer. Yeah, this is a different animal. I think it's a good choice of system for a high-powered strummer. There you go. This is the new Fishman Infinity VT. No microphone. Very accessible. The bass switch is a little bit of a reach, but the other two thumb wheels, easy to get at. Great for a live performer.